So, this is Radio Free Cybertron for October 20th, 2010. I am Brian Kilby, and with me I have XV, JD Church, Rob Springer, John DeLuna, and Lady Rec, a.k.a.
Hello.
Amy. We'll probably call her Amy because we forget to call her by her screen name.
It's okay.
So, so this is our 11th anniversary show. Our 11th anniversary was technically Friday, but we didn't do a show Friday. So we are doing it right now.
Oh.
Yeah. Actually,
yeah.
There's not a whole lot actually going on this week. We don't have anything crazy. It's basically a regular show. But
maybe a little suckier.
Maybe a little suckier, but we're giving crap away.
That's right,
Yes.
on a paper plate.
Yes. So we'll get to that a little bit later. What was that, JD?
Well, I was trying to be nondescript, but I'm out of focus, so I was trying to see if I could get the
okay.
audience.
I just kind of blew that.
Thanks for pointing out, I was trying to be smooth.
Fortunately, at this resolution, no one can tell when you're out of focus.
Yes, but I can, and it bugs the crap out of me. But thank you again. We can move on.
Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into. I have a confession. Before the show started, I bought my first Fans Project toy.
Oh, you are going to Hasbro hell.
I know. Actually, who? That's is it a Fans? Yeah, it's a Fans Project. It's
yes.
TFX-05 sidearm. So it's what, Firebolt?
Yeah.
Or it wants to be.
Yeah, inspired by Firebolt.
I wonder if they'll do a special version of this kit to go with the Fan Club Sideburn toy.
Ooh, that would be awesome.
That would be nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Limited to 12 pieces.
Yeah.
Damn it! Why is this gun $200?
Yeah. So, as the people watching can tell, I am starting off this week with Dr. Enough, and I'll be working toward a couple of other beverages this week. So,
wait, what is that?
Dr. Enough. Yep. Okay. The company that created Cheerwine, not Cheerwine, pardon me, Mountain Dew, had another beverage called Dr. Enough. And it was supposed to cure hangovers and such. It's rich in vitamins and sugar. So it's excellent.
Because that's what you need. Vitamins
and sugar. So, and it's awesome. I went with the, there's a ginseng version that's cherry flavored that I should have picked up, but this is excellent. I know a guy that drank nothing but this, and it gave him gallstones.
That cannot be good.
No.
Sounds like a lawsuit.
Yeah,
I can't imagine how that happened.
Yeah, I know. But,
I was hoping you were
got enough of them.
Yeah. But, okay, let's go ahead and jump into the news.
Such as it did.
So, Frenzy and Rumble as a 2-pack will be released in Japan. In what, United?
Yeah.
Yep.
So what do you think about Frenzy?
That's kind of sharp.
Scouty.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Isn't there some controversy on what size class toy he is, or has that been settled?
There's controversy on what size class toy it is, because it's not just the cassette from 1984 again.
No, the concern was that it was trying to compare. God, it's so bulky looking. It looks like he's on steroids.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
except for his
part of
legs.
that math is removable. It's the pile drivers that go on the arms.
You know,
he is rather cube.
G1 Frenzy didn't have no removable pile drivers.
He wasn't no tank.
He wasn't no tank. He was a cassette. Why isn't this one a cassette?
Maybe. And I didn't have a cassette player. I had an 8-track. Maybe he should have been an 8-track.
Yeah.
Why isn't it a scout-sized transformer that fits into this Soundwave's chest?
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, that would kind of suck. Actually, it looks pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It does.
Why is it not a toy that
good.
people would not want to buy?
Yeah. No, it looks awesome. I will definitely be picking that up.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, here's the question. When the Hasbro versions come out, which right now the rumor is that there'll be separate releases instead of the 2-pack Japan's getting, who's going to be what color?
Oh.
You know, Hasbro right now is so nerdy that I bet they won't specify.
I bet whatever the colors are, within a year there'll be a Target big box set with them in reverse colors. Yes. In fact, it'll just
I have an idea. I have an idea. Why don't they make it so that, and I don't know if the plastic would work for this, but make it so that, like, if, they have those ones where you, like, it gets warm or you touch it with, like, water, it changes colors. That way, it will help the fandom to be able to, those that want to have one color and one the other, then they can just switch back and forth. Never
That
mind.
could turn out
It's a bad
so
idea.
wrong.
Yes.
I know that could turn out so wrong. I was just saying, you know.
Rumble is blue. Oh, he's blue. I'm so tired.
I imagine a lot of staining happening from that, and the way that Generations is working out, I'm surprised that there's not like more staining involved in the toys as is. Staining, yeah.
Wait, Kilby, what kind of stains are we talking about here?
You know, gel-based, water-based, cherry, all that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So.
Oh, we've reached the first facepalm of the show.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, it's not so much to putting it on, but you gotta remember to rub it off at the right time, or it just looks like crap.
Okay.
Gotta edit that, edit this, trim a little off that.
Ender's not been on in a while, but he posted on the T-Formers message board today that he really wants the Reveal the Shield Scout Wind Charger, and I have to agree.
Heck yeah.
Oh my
It's
god,
nice.
It's awesome.
It's amazing looking.
It is very nice.
Yes.
After spending several sleepless hours this morning photoshopping it in different ways, I want at least 6 different recolors of it too.
Yeah.
But do we want a rook?
Actually,
Do we?
I've got the cliff jumper keychain here. That having a rook keychain would be pretty sweet.
Yeah. The thing is, my only gripe, he doesn't look like he has hands, he just has fold-up guns.
Does he need hands if he has guns?
No, he has hands.
Sure.
That's hands.
The magnet guns fold out and take the place of the hands.
Gotcha.
They're the hands.
And it's the thing is, we're used to them being, you know, like with posts forward, but these look like the hands are turned flat. So
It's
like
just
there's
the
one
picture.
picture
It's just the pictures on that one gallery because the person doing it can't play with toys correctly. When you do it right, the hands are oriented more normally.
Oh god.
Yeah. See, having guns for hands is great because, you know, except it's Wind Charger because, you know, you could see someone like Lockdown walk up to Drift and say, shake hands with death. But, you know, Wind Charger, it's like, oh, great, I just pulled the Dinopods apart instead of taking the Cerebro shells out of them. Great. That was
Nice.
a reference. Thank you. Someone got it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, I some of the news coming later on. Yeah, oh my god. I will tell you what it is. I'm actually just reading ahead in the news. It's like 3 stories up. Okay, so let's go ahead and so we got images of the Wave 3 of the Power Core Combiner repaints. And oh my god. Kill them. Kill them now. My god, they look awful.
Well,
Well then,
yeah,
Just the colors.
I don't know what to say.
yeah, little kind of. They're not even like wacky colors. They're just bad.
Yeah.
you know, that Bomb Shock recolor totally should have been in G2 Onslaught colors.
Yes.
Yeah.
God, yes. Sorry.
Oh. I don't mind the Jet guys repaint so much, though. It's not too bad.
That orange on that red, though, looks really bad on the legs. It just doesn't... No.
You can't... I don't think that mold can hold the chopster axe, can it?
It can't. It can only peg onto the Minicon port on the back.
That doesn't make any sense.
No.
I don't know.
It doesn't
you know,
make any sense for the Grapple Monkey Minicon to come with Bomb Shock either.
You know, I was actually talking with my wife about this. We were in Walmart or something yesterday, and I looked at some of the Power Core Combiners and picked them up, and I put them back down, and she's like, "Are they not really doing it?" I'm like, "No, not really." I mean, it's like, I think with the first set, I was really excited, and when I first got them and put them together, but now it's like the same molds being put out in different colors, which we knew was going to happen, and it's just, I don't know, it's not holding up to me.
I'm still pretty pumped about them. It's just, man, the redecos could be a little bit more inspired than just throw paintballs at the wall. Okay, we'll go with that one.
Yeah, that's really what they look like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I do have to say the names are great.
Steel Shot, Windburn, and Dark Stream.
Dark Ray.
Dark Rave. Dark Rave. Awesome. Yeah.
It's very 70s Marvel.
What's really good? Razor Beam.
Razor Beam.
I will cut you with this here beam.
He shoots a beam of razors at you.
And Dark Ray is an axe. That's the greatest part. It's like, pew, pew, I'm an axe.
Yeah.
Beacon. That sounds like bacon. I like it.
No, Dark Ray becomes the helicopter.
Oh, okay.
Windburn's the helicopter.
Okay, my mistake. Well, that's just all kind of crazy. Like, never mind. I'm gonna go kill myself. Which one's Beacon? The red monkey?
Sent for an axe gun.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? They can all go to hell now.
Oh, Rob.
They just went some of the awesome with that.
Dark screen sounds like something you should go to the ER for.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, this hurts, Doc. I got some dark screen going on.
What do you
Peeling.
So I misread T-Fighters earlier today when I saw, oh, neat, we're getting Masterpiece Coneheads, but no.
No.
Oh.
No Beldar whatsoever.
A long string of fan project third-party items we're going to talk about now.
Third-party bootlegs.
Yes,
I'm not just being sarcastic. That's a bootleg.
Out.
In fact, when can I just go to Big Lots and find these?
That's
right.
True. Actually, Big Lots got a cease and desist a few years ago about selling this crap.
Did they?
Yeah, when they sold the oversized Cybertron Legends knockoffs right next to the legitimate ones.
Yeah.
Wow, but yet the Beast Wars Megatrons will live on forever.
Right.
Mm.
And the Optimal Optimi.
Oh, God, yeah.
In nice camouflage and purple
Yeah,
colors.
those are great. I love those.
Yeah.
See, now I want Optimal Optimus in G2 Megatron colors, so thanks a lot.
Probably out there.
That's true.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So, skipping ahead, we have... XV showed me this one. So, iGear is making a VW Bumblebee that looks like, what, Deep Six meets the Daniel's exosuit meets lawsuit waiting to happen.
Yeah,
iGear is going to die of lawsuits.
Totally the classics head, too. I mean, like, they just...
Yeah, they just plucked it off.
It's where are they based? They can't be based in
They have to be based in Singapore or something like that.
Nowhere legitimate.
I don't think that works anymore, because didn't Hasbro just like open up an official shop in one of those countries?
Oh, did they?
They probably have factories.
Yeah.
Well, I think there wasn't that official, like, was it Singapore or China, really small official Transformers convention?
Was it China?
They have, okay. I wouldn't know how exactly far that would reach. It's like, hey, we have legal arms here now.
Yeah, okay, but Rob, this is something we talked about on my show a few months ago. There's actually a cartoon in China made around bootleg Power Ranger toys. And it's not just like a one-off like the G3 Inferno cartoon. This is like a full CGI series they made around these Mighty Morphin Power Rangers knockoff toys.
Wow.
So, obviously, China is not doing a whole lot to quash bootlegging. I mean, they are China, after all.
True.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about somewhere where the least of their priorities are like toy bootlegs.
Yeah, that's also why it's been a haven for knockoff Gundam kits for the last 25 years.
You know, I went to Hobbytown USA. I think that is a chain, right?
Yeah, we got one here.
And I went into one yesterday, and I didn't realize they had all these Gundam kits. It's like, wow, it's like 1998 all over again.
They've been sitting there that long.
Yeah.
So I was just shocked. I really considered buying one, but I didn't.
Yeah, it's kind of awesome.
Yeah, I know.
Do they have any good ones? Just
No.
as a quick aside.
No.
Oh, well.
No unicorn robots or bull robots?
Zoids? Did they have Zoids?
No Zoids.
Oh.
And Succo.
It's totally sucko.
But I could use more blocks parts.
Yeah. Let's see here. What else in the new? Okay, this is.
Ryan, I demand that you read this exactly as I wrote it.
This sort of tore me up when I was looking at this. Third-party Firestar, less female Autobot, more Autobot real doll.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Well, look at that face.
It's just so wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks dead. I mean, it really looks like an aborted G1 toy, sort of.
Yeah, like something they were like, no, this isn't marketable.
Yeah, it's like, no,
okay.
this will send us to hell.
I believe... I think this was made by Impossible Toys, just like that RC toy from a couple months ago that also could not stand under its own weight.
Delicate flower robot.
It's called Impossible Toys because they shouldn't be made.
Yeah. Yeah.
Impossible Toys because Hasbro might just have an idea what they're doing.
Yeah. See,
Impossible Toys.
On the way to work today, I was reading the Call of Cthulhu, and the book, it starts off, the story starts off about how there's certain things that man shouldn't be able to piece together mentally because it would cause him to want to go insane and hide away. And this is like a prime example of something that never ever
This
happened.
is it.
Yes,
So,
that's it.
Is that like things like why Kim Kardashian has a career? And...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's...
Or more important things than that, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's apparently important things like this Snooki creature that's all over the media lately.
I don't know what
Where did that thing come from?
Yeah, why is that popular?
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, me neither.
It's a little monster. And it like eats babies apparently.
No, the only monster that should be popular is the Thingamajig.
Yes, but instead we got
Set
Snookies
us
and
up.
situations on TV making more money than we are.
This is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kill it.
Yes.
It
Yes.
is evil. It's
Two
not
packs
right.
today. 2 packs today.
Okay, so at tformers.com we have pictures. What I'm affectionately referring to as God, it just talked to me.
I'm telling you, man.
Eat you in your sleep.
As Robot Prawn. So newer, better pictures of the upcoming toys, and oh my God, the more I see of the G2 Optimus, the Laser Prime, just the happier I get.
The more I'm thinking this time, Hasbro, I demand my fucking Toxitron.
Yeah.
Edit that, but I demand my Toxitron. I should have never been shown that at BotCon 05.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if that is not next year's fan club toy.
With Greg Seflak and Trent Troop on board, we know
I
who to
would
kill if it isn't.
Surprised. I doubt Hasbro will do it themselves, but there's nothing stopping the club from doing it.
That is totally true.
When I totally get just a few minutes to myself, I'm writing the script, and I'm going to use the show to farm out artists to make my mosaic, which is going to be all about Toxitron.
Yeah.
Toxitron was awesome.
Yes.
I don't actually remember seeing it at 05, but I know it was there.
It was in the Rick Alvarez slideshow where he's showing rare toys and stuff, and he showed a bunch of unproduced stuff like Toxitron and the Universe Minosaur and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was beautiful.
Yes.
You know, Wheeljack looks a lot better on this mold than Trax does.
Yeah, you're right. He does.
I mean, Wheeljack can pull off the wide body shape. It doesn't look right for Trax, though.
I have been eating chocolate all day. Hello, Toblerone.
I also like that they repurposed Trax's shoulder cannons as wrenches.
Yes.
Hey, you see the beat pick.
Very clever design.
So, again, going into the whole third-party knockoff sort of realm that's so popular right now, Hothead, which is
the best.
Yeah, it's Hardhead pieces.
Not as fun.
Yeah. Is that coming? Is that shipping now? Yes.
Yes, it is.
I really want that. Too bad I don't have the Universe Hardhead to accompany it, but it looks actually really awesome. Way better than I expected.
I must have it.
Yeah, I mean, it looks really nice. I'm kind of afraid to rip the head off of Hardhead, but...
Oh, no, it's easy to get the head off the Onslaught mold. There's one screw in the back, and it just separates right in half.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, nice. That's easy.
Yeah, so I may have to break down and get both of those.
Oh man.
Down.
Man, there go
It
your
started.
modals.
See, it apparently the Firebolt thing was like a gateway drug
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
larger third-party toys.
I always bought Lucas Brothers kits. You know, this is in the vein. I'm good.
Same. Yeah.
Speaking of Lucas
Yeah.
Brothers, come on, give me what I want.
That being
Yeah, give me some stuff I want, Lucas Brothers. Come on,
like
I don't know. They've really made a lot. Like that animated kit was the last thing they did, huh?
Yeah.
the only thing they got was the golden discs.
Yeah.
I'll say I've got the
They
discs.
did
and,
the animate. They did do the animated kit.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah,
Vector
cool.
Sigma.
Yeah.
They
And
did
they
Energon
did that-
cubes.
They did that set of Beast Machines parts back before the fan add-on kit thing was popular.
Yeah. And then they made that Unicron stand, which also worked with Starscream toys at the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those things are pretty popular on the secondary market now. You get a lot of people looking for them.
Well, I mean, the base looks like Unicron and Planet. It's a nice little base.
So,
Perfectly good idea. They should do another run of them.
we got some new pictures of the War for Cybertron Cliff Jumper toy. It's at KO Toys. Yeah, he looks pretty nice.
I was
got
going
it.
to say it was pretty awful.
No, I like it, dude. I mean,
That's not bad.
as a repaint,
mean-
as a repaint goes, I think it looks pretty nice.
He got
I
a
mean, it
new
looks like
head.
he's auditioning for Tron, but you know.
Exactly. I mean, you know, he's obese as can be, but so is Bumblebee.
He got a new head. I'm happy. I mean, he's
Yeah.
not just a repaint. He got a head.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I'm waiting to see the picture of that head on the Classics body. Because if that works as well as it sounds like it's supposed to, I'm totally getting one just for a head transplant.
I'm pretty sure it would, looking at it.
You know, speaking
Yeah.
of Tron, I was at Walmart this afternoon, and where originally there was a 4x5 square of solid Revenge of the Fallen toys, that's been reduced to one column now, and the rest of the space has been taken up with empty pegs for Tron toys.
really,
Well, it's
Yeah.
coming out in like 2 months now, isn't it?
Well,
Well,
Kmart has the Tron toys out.
Really?
I'm debating whether or not to actually see Tron.
I'm
No,
debating whether or not to, like, pretend it never existed.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan.
I've never been able to sit through the whole original Tron movie. I always fall asleep.
It's a slow burn.
Yeah,
To be fair, the first 3 or 4 times I tried to watch Star Trek: The Motion Picture, the same thing happened.
I love Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
I'm just saying, though, it took me a while to
That's an
actually see
acquired
the entire
taste.
thing. What is
Yeah,
that?
I don't know. I'd say the first one is an acquired taste as far as Star Trek. But I mean, as far as Tron, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's like an early film that I remember seeing for me, so it's a little more nostalgic. But I mean, like this one, yeah, I'm gonna go see the new one. I'm not gonna bother with the 3D though, because it's post-rendered 3D. It's
Is
not. Yeah, it wasn't shot in 3D. At least that's my
I don't
understanding.
think so. I think it was shot in 3D.
Was it?
Yeah, I don't know. That's not what I heard.
That's
From a
what
couple
Wiki
different-
tells me.
Well, I mean, because Wikipedia,
Sorry. Go ahead.
you know, is the source. If it was shot in 3D, then I may pay the money to see it in 3D. But
I'm not. I have not been very happy with any 3D things that I've seen, but I am definitely going to go see this because I've been stoked to go see it since I heard it was coming out. So, yeah.
Yeah, I
When
haven't seen any of
Tron
these movies. I haven't seen any of these in 3D yet. If there's a movie I want to see that has been shot natively in 3D, you know, that's one thing. But the
I've enjoyed
process
it.
just it never works right.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's like,
Me either.
I don't want to see Bolt. Girlfriend wants to see Bolt. It's in 3D. I enjoyed the 3D.
When I heard Tron Legacy was coming out, I watched Tron again, and it was awesome.
It's definitely a movie you should be of some age to enjoy, I think.
I watched it as a kid actually, and then I thought it was really bizarre, and then I watched it again
and
recently.
it was still really bizarre.
It was still really bizarre, but it was just like it was actually more awesome than I remembered it to be.
You watch it and you say, hey, stuff just happened.
No, it's weird because my girlfriend, who is not a geek, she actually liked it too. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, cool.
Let's see here. I'm checking the show notes because I don't keep track of this stuff.
Good job.
Okay. This is the bit of news of the week for me. Does anyone remember the kid from My Sister Said If I Get 1 Million Fans, she will name her baby
Oh, yeah.
Megatron?
Oh no!
Yeah.
I
What happened
remember
this time
Well,
around?
we had an interview lined up with him, but I think
he just kept flaking.
he kept flaking, and I think we know why. Because my sister said if I get 1 million fans, she'll name her baby Dylan.
Wah wah.
Yeah, so
Sounds like she lied.
yeah, sounds like she lied. So yeah, Dylan. So thanks to Michael Wilson who posted that on Facebook. So yeah,
It's probably for the best though, because
Yeah.
if she would have named baby Megatron, then he would have had to grow up and fight that guy that's named Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
But by that time, that dude will be old, so Megatron will win.
As someone with a Transformers name, it's pretty overrated.
yeah.
True, your last name. Awesome.
Yeah. And I get still to this day, I meet someone new into fandom. Oh, that's really your last name? I thought that was just that's a terrible screen name.
I said, I was
Not like my screen name's terrible already, but still.
I was like, Springer is your real last name? Like, what?
when that was actually brand new, and we were in the movie theater watching the movie. My mom was going, Springer, look at that to us, and I'm like, and at the time I was like, I know who I'm going to be in the playground.
Yeah.
I've got, you had to reserve the cool characters on the playground, but hey, Springer. You're not Ultra Magnus. You are not Doug Ultra Magnus. I am Rob Springer.
Yeah, I mean, no.
Doug Ultra Magnus.
Ultra Magnus wouldn't have been so bad, but if you were stuck like, hey, I'm Brian First Aid, that would just kind of suck. Or it's like, hey, I'm Bill Blott.
Brian.
Actually, Bill Blott is not a bad sounding name.
That's a good
Sounds like a
cartoon name.
linebacker.
Yeah.
I don't know. First aid would only really kind of suck if you worked in anything detrimental to health. Like, say if you were like some guy on Jackass the movie. Hi, this is something first aid, and this is the shoving a beep thing up my butt. This is a good idea.
Gee.
Yeah. I'm getting shot with a gun. First aid.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. So let's go ahead.
It's PG in America.
PG. So Amy,
Yeah.
Amy, are you still around?
I am. I'm still here.
Okay, so tell us about Drift.
Okay, Drift. Drift 4 just came out today. It's awesome. I'm not going to spoil it because it just came out today. So we don't get any comics next week, so I'll spoil it then if you really want me to.
Yes, please do.
But it's really good. I'd have to say, if I'm going to pick my top two picks of the year of 2010, it'll be Last Stand of the Wreckers and Drift. So there you go. Based on that recommendation alone, you got to pick up Drift. I think
that's true.
That's good.
True.
So,
But
yeah.
if you're a dude and you go into a bar full of ugly women, if you walk out with the two best looking of the ugly women, I mean, how really well off are you? Actually, Last Night of the Records is really good. I am.
Oh,
I
you read it.
yes, I genuinely enjoy it. So,
Oh,
That's a
good.
good
Especially
book.
since when I first came on here, you're like, they killed
They killed-
Skyquake
they
in the
killed
first two pages, and I
Skyquake.
closed it forever.
yes,
Still pissed about that.
yeah,
now.
I love Skyquake. I'm like, oh god, you suck.
That
Whoa,
was a
spoiler alert.
bad
Spoiler alert. Whoa,
That's
what's
happened
going
in the
Oh,
on?
first two
it's now for a
pages.
while.
I mean, it's not a
Yeah.
spoiler.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
He's just kidding. He doesn't care.
according to Barricade64 in the chat, McFeely hates Drift.
Yeah, I just saw that today too on the Moonbase 2 forum. I was like, oh, really?
Maybe we can get you on Fanboy Versus and we can talk about that.
have a
we could
debate.
do that. We could do that.
Is that okay with you, boss?
Oh, that sounds like it'd be fun.
JD, is that okay with you?
Yeah.
You're the host. You're the guy who runs and owns that show. So
Well, and that's well, I mean, that's the thing is we were actually discussing post show. I think even talking about how we don't generally talk about Transformers comics, but that's because all of us that are on the show are kind of snobby and we're not really liking the Transformers comics right now. So it may be
I
interesting
don't blame
to
you.
debate on on the show.
But Ender's statement on the that made the cover of Last Night of the Records, I guess I'm assuming it was
Yeah.
Ender, that it's just its site stevehomeworks.com, but it's the Transformers answer to the Watchmen. As far as like modern Transformers comics go, it's totally true. And it's a good comic. It's a legitimately good readable comic. Not that the rest of the IDW stuff is, but
You know,
Yeah.
I've been trying to read the Drift comic, and of course I make my jokes about Drift all the time, but I really wanted to like it because that's a cool toy, and I hate having a toy just because it's cool. I'd like to have some reason to own it other than he's got a sword. And I can't even get my way through issue 3. It's like, this would be a great comic if Drift wasn't in it. And it's like Drift, his own comic. If he wasn't in it, I'd like it a lot better. It's like all this stuff's going on. What's he doing? Scowling. That's my disappointment. Was like his chance to shine and really be like, hey, I've got a cool toy that everyone wants, and this is why. And why is it? Because everyone else in my book is better than me.
Aww.
I'm so disappointed.
The thing is that there's a lot of internal stuff that's supposed to go on in that comic. So the reason why he's got those looks is because it's kind of hard to show internal things going on without describing it, and you don't have a lot of space to put a lot of exposition, and so it's like, unless he's like having flashbacks of stuff, you're not going to really know what's going on in his head. And so I was like, I think that's one of the things that they're doing. But I think that they've done it in a way that has told just enough without telling too much. And so that's the reason why I really like it. And it's not that well, there's other things in there too that I really, really like too. But just in opposite, it's kind of almost, you can't do it any differently, but at the same time, they could have done it a lot worse. I think they did it very wisely.
I think what would redeem Drift a lot in a lot of people's eyes, if he just got his ass whooped really hard and became really humble.
Yeah.
Because it's like he's Angsty McAngstingstein in his own miniseries, and then in the comics he's all Mr. Smirk and I'm awesome, and everyone stops to tell him how awesome he is. I'd like just someone to just kick the snot out of him, and the rest of the time he's got to be like, okay, maybe I'm not, just become a normal character instead of the whole world stops to tell me how awesome I look while I'm fighting. Yeah,
I thought they did that in the first issue, actually, because he gets his can kicked pretty good.
Yeah, but then he kicks it anymore. It's like, hey, all the Decepticons are going to kill me. Guess what? Gah, I'm in handcuffs now. I'm not. I'm punching them. Yeah. Give me a gun.
Did you get to the end?
I haven't got to issue 4 yet.
Oh, okay. All
yeah, right. I haven't got to issue 4 yet. I'm having a hard enough time with 3. But I'm just really, if it was better, like I said, I was really wanting it to be more in line, but what do I know? I mean, it's just one opinion versus another, not law.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yep, cool. Awesome.
So, let's see here. Hey, JD, what happened this week in history?
Well, I can tell you that, on October 15th, 1999, some dork with a computer made a web show.
Yes, he did. And it was described as 9 minutes of your life that you will never, ever get back.
No.
Sounds like a real loser.
Yeah.
But thankfully he added other people to that show, and we made it into this.
Yes.
No. No, that's awesome. So yeah, Radio Free Cybertron, of course, which was awesome.
That show will never make it.
In its day, it was.
It's a cool show.
Yeah. So.
I mean, especially for today. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know you did it. You maybe semi-humble or maybe not. But I mean, at least for the time, it was way innovative. Like nobody was doing that.
Oh yeah.
So.
Wait a minute. There's a radio show on the computer?
Yeah.
And it's about Transformers? Who's going to listen to that other than me?
I know.
A decade later, there's a show about Transformers? Who's going to listen to that?
There's a show about, like, a Transformer now.
Yeah. The Starscream Pod Hour.
Yeah.
I remember that I posted it and, like, 8 people listened to it. And I was like, oh my god, 8 people listened to this! It was so awesome. Actually, 8 people downloaded it.
I should repost your Usenet posts where you're looking around like, hey, does anyone know?
What was it? What was it, Rod?
It was in Rec Arts or something where you were like contemplating making the show, and you're like, would anyone be interested in like a radio show for about Transformers? And like someone's like, or like, how would I pull it off? And people are like, you could use this program. And you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I found it once. I could find it
Yeah,
again.
it's out there somewhere.
Yeah, it's not too hard with
Yeah,
Google.
I was looking for it forever, but it was in rec.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was in the rec group, not the.
Yeah, it's not an alt.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and we have we have one more, don't we?
Yeah. So actual Transform stuff. The Rid DVD box set was released in the UK on October the 16th, 2007.
Yeah, it was re-released. I wish it would be released here.
Yeah, you can't find that. So
It's
kind of
unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Okay, hey, let's go ahead and I want to play one of our voicemails, and we'll come back after the Wiki Spotlight and go over the winner. But I want to play this first voicemail. So let's go ahead and play it.
Hey, Radio Free Cybertron. This is Rich Mitchell, congratulating you guys on 11 years of this. I've been listening since way back when in the god-awful real media player usage days. So glad to see you guys keep going. Keep up the good work, and hope to hear you guys for many more years. Bye.
Cool. Okay. And he hangs up. Okay.
Real media.
Yeah, so, okay, let's go ahead, take a break. We will join Chris McFeely with the Wiki Spotlight, and I can't tell you what it is because it's not been recorded yet. But we will be right back after this. Okay, cool. So we're going to take a quick break for people there watching. Hey, JD, is there any chance that you could disconnect and reconnect? Your your bandwidth seems really low.
Really?
See you guys. I got a jet, so have a good
Thanks,
one.
Amy.
Yep,
See you
see ya.
next week.
See you, Amy.
All right. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so I just think a quick disconnect reconnect would fix it.
Okay.
It's even affecting your audio.
Is my mic picking up that thin? I just turned on.
A little, but it's no big deal.
Gotcha. I can turn it down if it is.
Yeah, no, I've got enough sound here from my computer.
I sound all right?
Yeah, you sound great. You sound fine. Okay. So XV has stepped out for a few minutes. We can come back and announce our winners of the contest. We actually decided to throw in a couple extra prizes because.
Ooh.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and share that here in a second.
You are such a generous man.
Yes. John, whenever you get a chance to mail these out, send me the total, and I will pay that to you. Okay, so we ready to come back? Okay, I guess that's a yes.
Are we just gonna leave XV behind?
That's me.
He'll rejoin. Okay, let's go ahead and come back. So, thank you, Mr. McFeely. Speedy delivery. Okay, so let's go ahead and announce the winner of our contest. The winner of Dark Mount. And to win Dark Mount, you just had to be a fan on Facebook, as simple as that. And we randomly picked one. The winner is Jay Simpson. Congratulations, Jay Simpson. You are the winner of Dark Mount.
He's awesome.
Awesome. So, and the winner of...
Yay.
I'm going to play the voicemail that wins War for Cybertron, Megatron. And I'm pretty sure that he says his name in it. If not, we'll say who the winner is. But let's go ahead and play the voicemail.
Hello, this is Megatron, and I'm commanding you to give me the Wall for Cybertron figure. Yes. Waspinator does not understand. I want the figure. I want ultimate power. And don't forget about how Waspinator gets blown to scrap all the time. Shut up, you insolent bug. I will get the figure. Should I get the figure first, I will destroy Megatron. Now, Skirt's got in the conversation as well. Nevertheless, I will win. I will get War for Cybertron Megatron if it's the last thing I do. Yes.
Okay, so that was Steven Megatron Phillips. So congratulations,
Awesome.
Steve.
That was awesome.
That was
awesome.
And there was more than that, which I will actually put in the show. So
Does he work in Sailor Moon or Pikachu?
no, he does not. He does not.
Nope.
He does not.
Just garden section at Walmart.
That's fine.
Do you have any tulips? No.
No. Maximals. I have no tulips.
I would go to that garden section all the time.
Me too.
Dude, I'm looking at planting something. Just show me something.
And because I felt like it, I also decided to do a couple more giveaways that we didn't really announce. So I decided, because we love our Twitter fans, that we would select a winner from our Twitter followers, and the person would win the Transformers Trade Last Stand. Ooh, and that goes to @Malunas. So
Hey!
yeah, so Malunas won that, which is pretty awesome. Malunas is cool. And one more, another from Facebook, because it was really a Facebook contest. The winner of Perchance to Dream, which is a collection of black and white stories from the UK comic. The winner of that is, and it's probably not a real name, Roxy Slaybaugh. Of course, if that's a real name, that is awesome. But,
Yeah, your parents are awesome.
yeah, so after the show, I'll be sending emails and everything out to the people who won. So congratulations to all. Again, congratulations. We will actually have a big year-ending contest.
Urinating contest.
Urinating contest.
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah,
It was
so we will have a big...
taking this show in a different direction.
Yes, it's going blue again. It's a year-end 2010 contest, and we'll be announcing details on that next week. So tune in for that. Okay. What else do we have? Where are we going? I don't know. We're jumping into the topic. So,
Yeah.
let's go ahead and let's cover this from last week. We said that we would. What are this came in from our chat discussion. What are your biggest hopes and biggest fears for Transformers Prime? So go ahead and start.
I just want it to look like the movie, but not be like the movie.
Like, you mean like quality level of the movie?
Well, I mean, as weird as it sounds, I want the writing to be a little more deep, I guess. I mean, I mean, Juvenile's fine. I just don't. I'm just tired of like
You like more plot,
the shallowest, lowest possible common denominator, most obvious humor type stuff.
Yeah.
So you can do kids cartoons that are way more sophisticated than the last two movies. So that's all I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of intelligence.
Well, sounds possible.
It could. It's not impossible.
I'm
That's
hoping,
all.
from what they're saying, it's supposed to be like the most action-packed or dramatic Transformers series ever. I'm hoping that it doesn't come off as hokey and stilted.
Yeah, and do you remember with the few lines that we heard at BotCon?
The stuff from the Love-In video?
Yeah. Yeah.
Snuggle me harder, Prime.
Basically.
Quit cupping my ass, Megatron. No!
That may get edited out, my friend.
I'm sure.
It may not. It just depends on how charitable I'm feeling.
That's so disturbing.
Some people listen to both versions of the show,
Yeah.
Unrated.
I really just hope that it's decent. It has a lot to live up to.
How do you feel about that opinion?
What do you...
How do you feel about yourself? Like that's legitimately what you hope for the show. You hope that it's like okay. So how do you feel?
It's, that's really all I felt about animated. But animated. The reason I felt that way was because we had been served so much crap for so long, and the reason I feel this way about Prime is because animated was so freaking awesome. So I'm going in with just moderate expectations. For entirely different reasons, like I said, because I had such low expectations for animated, they were, more than met. My expectations for this is that it's not going to be anywhere near as good as animated, so I think it's a realistic expectation that it's not going to suck. But it wouldn't be realistic for me to think that Hasbro, in this first venture of the hub, is going to hit it out of the park. But maybe I'm wrong. Citizen Kane was a first effort. And, it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess there's no guarantee it's going to flop when there's I guess an outside chance it's going to be really good. I just always worry about that pedigree from the movie. You know what I mean?
I have to say that the people working on it can sure sing. They do a great job singing karaoke.
Especially in Spanish.
Yes, yes.
That's all I ask for.
That's the only requirement to get a job as a executive producer on a Transformers show.
I guess so.
Yeah, I wish. Got to work on my Spanish.
Are you not fluent?
Yeah.
No, blame my parents. I blame my parents, not my lack of interest in learning myself. That's the American way. I'm just going to blame somebody else.
That's true.
Exactly. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blame the random woman walking
It's
down the street with a
impossible
baby
as
in
an
her
adult to learn a second language. See?
Yeah.
So it's my parents not teach me when I was 2.
I'm going to, in the next couple years, I'm going to try to learn Portuguese, Italian, Spanish, and French. Because I have never bothered to learn another language, I'm going to try to knock it all out of the park.
You're just going to catch up.
Yeah.
You can do it, man.
Yeah. I'm picking stuff. It's all Romance languages. Hopefully that will simplify it. Okay, let's go ahead and jump to the real topic for this week. And it's because it's the 11th anniversary show. As a fan, what are your highest and lowest points going back in the past 11 years? So going back to roughly, season 2 of Beast Wars. What were the highest and lowest points? Or season 3 of Beast Wars for you?
Highest points to stuff we've done?
No, as a fan, just in general, as a fan total.
In my
Stuff
life.
we've done.
It's very open-ended, sir. Very open-ended. Make of this question whatever you want.
Is this gonna be a Rob Stories episode?
Yeah, let's make it a therapy session.
Sure, Rob. Go ahead.
You guys go first, because,
You have to self-censor.
As a fan, not
give me
as
a second.
Not as a person. I'm not going to tell people about.
I'll give you one. I'll give you one that's like it.
Okay.
It's possibly the highest point I can remember myself and the fandom ever having together, and it was when they debuted the first few minutes of the Armada cartoon at BotCon.
I don't even remember that. Was that 01? No, 02?
It had to have been something like that. Where of course we didn't know, like, you had no idea the quality of the fiction, but it was coming out of RID. It was like, trumped up as this is America's shot, so to speak. You know what I mean? This is like it. This is original G1E or vehicle Transformers. This is going to be awesome. This is going to rock. And out of context, if you just take the first few minutes of the first episode of Armada, it is awesome. It's hilarious. They treat the robots as like aliens, giant like roaming robots that are completely alien. Everybody went crazy in that ballroom at like the second anything happened in the first few minutes of Armada, everybody went crazy and everybody was on their feet. I don't think I've ever been around trans fans that were more excited than I was that night.
Were you
And then
and then the rest of the show.
of Armada happened. But that was like absolutely the highest point that was absolutely the most energy I've ever been around as far as Transformers go.
Cool.
Yeah.
JD, how about you?
Ready? JD.
He's thinking.
He's thinking. I think the lowest point for me was probably around like the Cybertron cartoon years. As far as fiction goes, because I think everybody had just like completely given up and forgotten what good fiction was about.
Yeah.
It was kind of sad because there were people who. I'm not dependent on the fiction. I mean, I'm kind of a toy person, but good fiction makes the toys that much better. It makes them, way more enticing. And by the time Cybertron rolled around, I was struggling. I was just really struggling to care about the toys.
Right.
Because there's just nothing there. I mean, it's at some point you need something to latch onto as far as characterization. And by the time Cybertron rolled around, we had nothing. Like, there's just nothing left.
That's true. JD has no sound. Okay, that's why he's not speaking. So, okay, Rob, have you come up with something yet?
Are we going on high points?
Sure, go ahead.
Aside from all my badass friends out there and just all the good times we've had, which really almost every time we've all gotten together, that's my highest points. I mean, just sitting around in the hotel at BotCon, yakking, hoop sweating, whatever we've all done together, that's my highest points in the fandom right there. And that's that's just truth, not me trying to be funny. And that's my favorite parts of the fandom is my friends. Low parts, I could write a book series. I'll get away from the obvious whole food court incident at 06 with the Megatron. Because I'm still kind of living that one down, and I don't entirely remember all of it. Okay, well... Wow, what is the lowest point I've... Okay,
there's too many to choose from. You're just saying...
Well, it's just stuff I've done that was just like... happened as it was, and then later on I'm like, man, it wasn't so good. It's like... Maybe it was kind of dangerous to watch cartoons with a gangster.
That's true, by the way.
I've told people about that.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just go ahead and tell that one. I live in Atlanta, of course, which has its good neighborhoods, that many, and its bad neighborhoods, this many, just a whole bunch. And this one neighborhood I was living in, there was this very, very large, threatening fellow who walked around with a semi-automatic pistol on him at all times. I'm not trying to say he's a gangster, but he was a gangster. And he was friends with my roommate, because my roommate worked part-time at a comic shop a couple of blocks down, and a lot of gangsters are into comics and anime. Figured that one out. So he became kind of friends. He got used to coming over. Like, I guess at some point my roommate showed him my stuff or whatever, because we just barely knew each other at the time, and it got to be like random hours a day. There was a knock at the door, and there's this heavily armed fellow. What's up? Hey, let's watch some Transformers. Okay, so we just sit there and watch cartoons.
I had no idea he was like packing heat when you told the story before.
Yeah, he actually always had one. And there's always the stereotype of packing the gack in your front of your pants.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't always work so well because pistols are different sizes, and a lot of these guys have guts.
And
so they
probably
generally
shoot your own nuts off?
Exactly. So what they do is generally put them actually in the pants pockets. They'll actually stick and this is real. This is not rat videos. What a lot of your gangsters do, they carry those little pistols, and when they shoot, now you always ever see on a rat video the guy like, he's got to lean all that. They haven't done that since 1989. What most of them do these days with the little pistol, they'll hold up real close to their face like this so people can't grab it from them. And it's a little one because they usually got stashed somewhere. So this was a very large gentleman. Cooler than I don't know what. And him and I used to drink a lot together and watch my Transformers videos. And argue. I mean, we'd argue. He'd be like, man, I'm sick of these new ones. I'm like, man, fuck you, they're good. No, they're not, man. And we're having this drunken argument, and he's armed. I mean, he's got like not just a couple on his body. He had, after a while, he was carrying like this briefcase with another gun.
Wow.
And he would just be like, man, I'm so tired. Like, at first I liked Rid at first. It was toward the end of it where it kind of lost me story-wise. But for the first 3 quarters, I enjoyed it as just a fun cartoon. I didn't take it too seriously. We got in arguments about how stupid this cartoon was, and I was like, it was like Ender and a Super Spy at BotCon. Yeah, I know, but that's okay. No, it's not. No, it's okay. And the only difference is Ender's a little short, angry guy, and this was a giant mountain of a man with several guns in my house. Drunk. That's probably one of my low points as far as fandoms. And that doesn't include some of the stuff I did that later was a bad idea. To me, it was just, this was just normal life. And then later I'm like, I was in a lot of danger.
Wow.
Yeah.
That beats mine.
Yeah.
JD, what about you?
I mean, as far as low points,
As a fan, not as a person. Because that's
what I mean.
I'm not going to tell the people about the time that I got the Kong Whopper from Burger King and ate 2 bites of it and started crying. That's not going to be told.
That's awesome.
I love that story.
I don't really have. I mean, I don't keep track, I guess, of low points. You know what I mean? It's like there were, I guess, lulls, like we said, like around the Cybertron or Unicron trilogy, things like that. But nothing. I mean, probably maybe at the point I guess, that I got out of posting on like ATT and stuff, but I don't really know why that was. But as a high point, I would say breaking BotCon was probably the pinnacle of my Transformers fan.
As a Transformers journalist, that is a pretty big story.
Yeah. I guess I need to retell that story? Or
yeah, it's been a while since you told the story.
It's been like a month. Yeah,
it's been about 6 months.
Has it been 6? Okay. Yeah. Well, anyway, it's a good story. So, way back in the day, when I was with Cold Hard Slag, with Heath and Tim and Lori, it was coming up on BotCon time. I think it was a few months. It was like 2 months out, I think, from BotCon. We were interviewing Michael Bell. And we're in the middle of the call. I think even Dak and Jeremy were maybe on the call. People that our listeners have no idea who they are. But they were people that are around at the time. Anyway, point being, we were interviewing Michael Bell, and we were asking him about BotCon and kind of getting him ready for what that was going to be like, because Heath had been to like 3 already by that point. And this was in, 2001? Was it 2001 that he was at?
Yeah, it was 01.
So, this was like 2001, so it was pretty early still. Anyway, we're in the middle of the interview, and Michael Bell's telling the story, and he's like, yeah, and I'm not going to tell any of my friends that, I'm going to this convention anymore. And we're like, okay. And he's like, yeah, I ran into Greg Berger a couple weeks ago, and, told him I was doing this show, and he's like, really? Well, I want to go. And he called him up, and now he's coming. And I had to fly coach. We were like, wow. Because at that point, they hadn't mentioned that Greg Berger was going to be there. And so our thought was they just haven't announced him yet. So, and I think even on the interview, if you were to go back and listen to it, because it's probably somewhere, I think I say, wow, we just broke that, because, we thought that was kind of newsworthy. And we posted on the show, didn't think about it. We put it up. I think it ran on RFC and a couple other places as well. Well, we just start getting these nasty emails from whoever was running BotCon at the time from the fan perspective. I can't remember who it was. Name escapes me. Anyway, he was pissed. He was like, oh my god, it was going to be a secret, and you guys should have ran it by us and stuff before we posted it and everything. And we're like, sorry. I was like, and they were like really mad, and I think they ended up inviting somebody else. Who else was there that year? Crap, the guy that does Wind Charger. They had somebody else that they invited as a surprise guest. But anyway, long story short, we broke BotCon.
Nice.
Because they had to invite somebody else because we had blown the secret guest.
Awesome.
Yeah,
hey,
that was love.
Peter, what about you?
Hanging out with you two at BotCon 10.
Yeah.
That was the highlight of my life.
The 3, man. Forgot, actually, yeah, probably. Other than, actually finding out that Beast Wars was remotely related to Transformers G1, that series I was quite fond of. I haven't been fond of the Beast Wars, of any other series than Beast Wars Beast Machines in terms of, throughout the time that I've been part of the fandom, which is about 15, 16 years now. But yeah, I think the highlight, like Rob was saying, is just hanging out with people that you met online, and you talk to them. You guys share the same, passion for this kind of toys, and just the fact that grown people can actually unite to be together and hang out and joke around and just hang out like you're a bunch of old friends, like you've known each other for your entire life, but you really never even heard each other speak before, and then you meet them at a convention just to hang out, and I think that's great. I think that's a really, just to know that there are people out there that really just hope for this kind of thing once a year, just to see their friends again. I think that's great, and it definitely was a highlight. A low point, I think, is an ongoing low point, but if there's one specific low point, I guess it would be like I would say like that Cybertron era time. The ongoing low point is the consistent just animosity between the many fans of each other. Like, many people don't care, like, it's great to know that, a lot of us don't care, but just the fact that some people do care and keep that kind of like hatred, I guess you consider. This sounds really like very Zen-like, but the fact that they were able to keep this kind of hatred within them is pretty much laughable. It's pretty sad. I mean, even though I said that, everybody has this passion about toys, it literally is still toys.
Yes.
They are still plastic figures, and the companies that are selling us these toys are looking for one thing: money. And there's no reason to be that crazy over something like that. So, obviously, the good outweighs the bad. So I think
we're still here.
Yeah, we're still here. So it's great.
I guess for me, the high point, while BotCon 2001 was my first trip to BotCon, or the official Transformers convention. My first real trip was OTFCC 2003, and it was my chance to go for the whole thing and really participate and really get to meet people. So I remember getting on the Greyhound bus and traveling from North Carolina to Chicago for OTFCC 03. And while it was a crazy trip there, and an even crazier trip back, I think I've mentioned this before, but the beautiful girl in the sequin dress who said, "Are you going to Asheville?" But
I am now.
No, it was a dude in a dress, so never expected that. But and watching the homeless man wash his shirt and the Greyhound sink was quite a feat. But no, actually getting to meet people that I had talked with like in depth and got to hang out with. I met Rob for the first time at 03. JD was 01. But
01. Yep.
But I just got to interact with the fans, participate in all the stuff that I'd really only the dark underbelly of BotCon, things that it wasn't as dark as I thought, but just really getting to interact with the fans, that was a huge deal for me. That was just like really liberating, because it was like, wow, these are the people that I can feel like a kinship with. And that was just, while I had way more fun at, say, like BotCon 05 than I did OTFCC 03, it didn't have that new sensation that 03 had. The low point, though, and it didn't at the time, what didn't feel like a low point, in retrospect it was at BotCon 06, when I was on the dealer floor basically giving crap away, because I had that little interest in the Transformers as a property. I still loved, I went to 06, 07, I think I missed 08.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, and I guess I missed 09 too. But it's not like I was there because all my friends were there, not because of the Transformers. And I was giving crap away. I was selling stuff that I gave Recharge a Target Master hot rod. Just hey, here, you want this, because I was basically getting out of the hobby. And at that point, it was like, hey, this is nice, I'm getting rid of stuff that I don't need. But now it's like, wow, that was sort of a permanent solution to a temporary, lapse and, interest. And while I'll never be able to get all of the stuff back, luckily, I still have, I was able to re-energize myself as a fan. So, but that was a pretty low point. But yeah, the positive has far outweighed the negative. I'm still here 11 years later talking crap about Transformers in front of a microphone. Actually, I'm putting way more time and effort than I ever did before. So I still love Transformers. I always will. until the day I die, and I think way more about dying now than I did 11 years ago.
Hey, man, I went to a physical today, and now I have to be on blood pressure meds, so...
Oh.
Yeah.
Man, that's
Yeah, I'm officially old now.
Okay.
yeah. But
Aren't we all?
I'll always have the singamajig.
Did you get a new one?
That thingamajig
he
might not be
sounds-
alive too much longer. He's gonna.
He sounds really. He sounds
You
really
mean the
creepy.
stoma.
Yeah, this one has emphysema.
Sounds like it's going. Sounds like it,
Arlboro singamajig.
Yeah, so he's pretty awesome.
Sounds like
I'm a little disappointed. I was expecting John to be like, my greatest moment. You know how many martinis I've had at BotCon?
Yeah.
Walking around in a smoking jacket.
Yes.
John is like the coolest dude in the fandom to me. I just always expect
God,
to
he
see
is.
him in like a zoot suit and just mix drink. Hey nerds, what's up?
I totally should have hopped in that limo. You remember that pimp we saw? Was it in Durham, I think?
If
I
I most
think.
likely it would have been.
Yeah.
Yes, I think it was.
Yeah, he was in a zoot suit and had a couple of his ladies.
Yes, that was Durham. No,
I think we were like, is this happening?
no way.
Like this?
I think crazy moments from our group, probably my favorite's 03 when there was like the large Irish wedding at the same convention center as OTFCC 03, and like Ruben Studdard was there and his entourage got in a fight with the drunken bridesmaids in the lobby of the hotel, and all of us are like,
That was 03. That was 03.
yeah, they're like, the staff's trying to tell us to go away, and Ant's like, okay, we're going. Because they're busy with this fight of drunken racist women and Ruben Studdard's entourage, and it was just awesome. And later it got a little weirder, but that wasn't as awesome as. Is that Ruben Studdard's entourage fighting with Irish drunken ladies in BotCon?
Yeah, I want to say this without sounding like really lame, but it's one of the reasons I enjoy doing RSC so much is because you guys are my friends. Even if we didn't collect Transformers, we would still be buddies. We would still all like each other and hang out.
Oh yeah.
And I've actually tried to get Rob and GD and XV to move here.
Yes, he has.
Yes.
Yes.
Like every week.
Yeah, like every week. It's like, oh, you can't find a job? I can help you get a job. Why don't you move to North Carolina? So, XV
And I was like, that's a good idea. Let me apply.
yeah, XV wanted to move in with me. It's so.
I was actually worried about your marriage at that point because I'm like, Kim would have been like, okay, when's Rob going home?
Yeah.
Well, we're playing with our toys.
But no, I enjoy doing this, and I always will. So hopefully we'll make it another 11 years. So speaking, okay, we've been doing this since the 90s, and while you probably wouldn't know it, Twitter Theater this week just made it feel like 1998 all over again. It's like the most important video of my early fandom days.
That was a big one, wasn't it, guys?
That was several layers of a flashback to college.
Let me go ahead and put that up on the screen because I love that so much.
Yes.
Rob, why don't you tell us about it while I pull it up?
All right. This week's Twitter Theater. I was phoning it in this week and just pulled up something I knew would be a safe bet.
You coded it as not safe for work. That is so awesome.
Yes. I was like, what can I do to be amusing this week? Oh, I know. Wait, you got it on the back screen?
Yeah, I've got it on the back screen.
Awesome.
What the? Greetings from Sidekill.
I love this so much.
Oh man. This was a scene from an episode of Challenge of the GoBots where effectively the Renegades ass raped Leader 1. When all of us old-timers were in college and some of us were still in high school around the late 90s when this whole internet thing became, hey, I can talk to other nerds that won't call me nerds for not liking the same thing those nerds like. We started talking, all of a sudden someone started passing around this video of like, hey, did you see that scene on GoBots where Leader 1 totally gets ass raped by like the Renegades? It's like, huh? I mean, it's like, this is the first Rickroll here. It's like, guys. Like, have you guys seen Beast Machines? Yeah, let me show you this video.
Oh god.
I feel so juvenile, but I love this so much.
I took it upon me last night to instant message Kristen with this because I've been the years we've been together. I've been slowly introducing her to because the trans fandom is not something you need to give someone a cold shot of. It's got a she's meeting my friends, and it's like this year she's starting to learn. Why do you keep shuddering when the name Starscream comes up? I thought you liked him. I do, but some people kind of ruin part of that for me. And I had to explain to her. She's like, "What kind of weird dude was that? It wasn't a dude. It was a bunch of girls." Why is it the girls? I don't know. Stuff like that. So I showed her this, and her expression on AIM was a frown. And that's really gross.
The footage is not doctored in any way.
This was Challenger to GoBots was a very special cartoon, being that you could actually watch the GoBots movie. Was it Meet the Rock Lords or what? I have it around here on DVD, and it starts off all hardcore like
you have it on DVD?
I got it on DVD.
Is this like an official DVD?
No.
Okay.
Although
that's probably impossible.
True story. When I was on a Rocky Horror Cast, we had a Halloween party one year where we rented out the theater. We usually did a Rocky Horror, and we were going to watch some crazy bad movie, and it was going to be a whole thing. It was a Mystery Science Theater thing. Like even the heads of the cast are dressed up like the Brain guy and the Usher thing guy, and that was the whole thing. We were going to have a Mystery Science Theater party in a movie theater. Well, we couldn't find. I think it was going to be like Home Alone 3 or something. Well, we lost the tape, and then there we found on the shelf where we're like, "Well, what movie do you guys want to see? Scorpion King?" And I was like, "Hey, is this GoBots Meet the Rock Lords?" And there was the real, and I got to see it on the big screen. Because when I was a kid, I only watched it on Showtime when it was hosted by this old Jewish lady and her granddaughter watching kids' movies. And I'm like, "Well, the GoBots seem to be having trouble, Grandma." It's like, yeah, it's called the plot.
So I'm looking for Battle of the Rock Lords right now. I will.
Yeah. It starts off really hardcore. Like the Renegades are bringing the noise. And then the rest of the movie goes on, and you're like, hey, there's not actually a problem here, but they're acting like there is. Like the bad guys are being threatening, but I don't really see how.
That's pretty awesome. Okay.
Yeah, the whole movie, just nothing happens. And if that ass rape scene would have been in the movie, we'd all be a petitioning Rhino, wouldn't we?
Yes, we would. So I don't know if Hasbro owns the video rights to the Rock Lords, but being that they own the GoBots, they have to own the right to the toys and such.
They got the name. Bandai still owns the toy visual because Sheen Robo. Yeah. So like the U.S. names they do, but as far as visuals, that's why it's like they're always a recolored somebody in Club Fiction or whatever because they can't. And even those GoBot releases in Japan, that was the recolored mini-cons, they literally just didn't put the names on the box because they're like, look, we're in Bandai's backyard.
Maybe we should petition Hasbro to make some GoBots or Rock Lords for Generations.
Would love that.
That'd be so awesome. Okay.
Rock Lords are actually pretty good toys.
They are. I was playing with I was playing with some Rock Lords a couple days ago.
I mean, they turn into a turd, but they're still pretty good toys as far as picture figure. Better than the He-Man rock things.
The ones that just lean over.
Well, if you remember, they had those meteor orbs later that were like little robot Eggbots, and those were like reuses of Takara molds.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had actually, I think the lion that was the meteor orb was recently reused again in Kids Play as the little lion Eggbot.
Ah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Ooh, lion eggs.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, lion aids.
So I guess that's it for this week. Do we have anything else, guys? No, that's a no.
We're all out.
Run after it. We got it.
It took 11 years to run out of material, but we've done it.
Yeah, okay. So congratulations to the winners. We will be contacting you shortly. And again,
maybe.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for 11. Thank you for about 3 total years of content and following and sticking around, for us to catch back up for 11 years. So we very much appreciate it. For the RFC crew, I am Brian Kilby. Tune in next week when we'll have more Radio Free Cybertron.